Hi Tarot Bumblebees, it's Ethony and welcome back to my channel. And today I'm going to be talking about when is too much tarot, and my thoughts on this topic. Now, before I begin, remember, as with everything I share, take what resonates with you and simply leave the rest. This is not meant to shame anybody for using their cards. I use the tarot quite a lot personally in my spiritual practice, and I get a lot of readings. I also get a lot of readings because, tarot professional and everything. So this is not about me shaming anyone for their practice at all. My practice tends to be that I get a professional reading by a colleague every 6 to 12 months. I do this as an annual check-in to see if I'm on the right track or if I'm making the most aligned choices with the universe and if things are going to pan out in the way that I'm mostly hoping for, because life likes to make a good joke every now and then with life. 2020, right? But then for my own practice, I do a tarot reading every new moon and every full moon, and I use my moon guide, my Tarot by the Moon guide, which is free and you can get in the description below. And I also will do tarot spreads for myself during the Sabbats. That is a lot of tarot, of course, but there's a difference between me getting a professional reading or a reading about a situation or my life and the spiritual, reflective, sort of timely tarot readings that I do for myself. When I started reading, I also picked a card a day or a couple of cards a day to build my confidence in how to connect the cards and their card meanings and all those sorts of things. So I have a lot of tarot and I have a lot of tarot decks. I'm going to be talking about when it's starting to get a little too much and when there are some red flags in your tarot practice. I feel like it is too much tarot when you turn to the tarot for every little decision in your life. Now, I'm not talking about massive ones like moving country or switching careers or, looking at whether your suitors are going to be long-term dating potential. I'm talking about every little decision, like, are you going to get Indian or Italian for dinner that night? Or, should you leave at 10 o'clock versus 11 o'clock? I'm talking about every little decision. And before you think there's got to be nobody out there who does this, believe me, there are people out there who do this. If you are afraid to make a decision solely based on yourself and what you feel, then you know that there is an absolute issue. If you are feeling sort of paralyzed about making a decision without consulting the cards, that's what I would say is a little bit of a red flag. And how to wean off that is to make decisions on your own without consulting the cards and come back to your own intuition. Listen and feel in your body when you're making a decision and whether it's going to be the most aligned, because you are potentially giving your power away if you're making every decision based on what the tarot is telling you. I also feel like it is too much tarot when you are using the cards to make decisions about your relationships without talking to the person that you're in a relationship with. This happens so much more than I would like to see, to be honest. People really don't want to have hard or difficult conversations in their relationships, and they tend to take their woes and all of the venting to the tarot table. And while venting is fantastic, you need to be able to have open and honest conversations with the people that you're in a relationship with or the person you're in a relationship with, instead of consulting the cards to make the decisions for you. I've often found that people are looking for an out or already suspect that something is going on anyway. Absolutely use the tarot to confirm a feeling, but make sure you're having a conversation with the person in your relationship too, and not just a one-sided one with the cards. I feel like it is too much tarot when you start to risk the relationship that you're in because of the tarot. And I mean using the tarot as a third wheel. So, for example, saying to somebody, well, the cards told me that you are doing X, Y, and Z, or let me consult the cards before we, book that trip to Spain. Absolutely consult the cards, but do not put the tarot as the third wheel in your relationship. I have seen it happen and it can be very detrimental. A relationship is about an open connection with people, not with the cards. Obviously, you want to honor your intuition, your guides, and the tarot as a part of your practice, but do not make it the third person in your relationship. I feel like it is too much tarot when you are risking your financial situation due to the tarot. So this is in a couple of ways. This could be you're getting too many readings on a psychic hotline, or you're spending too much money on a tarot reader. This could be you're spending too much money buying decks. And look, I love tarot and I love getting new decks. I support many on Kickstarter. I'm over 100 backed on Kickstarter. I think I'm creeping up to like 200 now. I buy decks all the time, but I only ever buy something if I have the money for it. And I am a collector as well, but I'm also a professional. It could also be that you are sinking a lot of money into starting a tarot business. And of course, every business needs a little startup, but are not looking at getting money in, and you're spending way more money with that going out. Now, there can be times when you're being scammed with all of this. You could be scammed with a tarot reader just trying to keep you on the hook. And check out my "Is my tarot reader scamming you?" post in regards to some of the red flags there. You could also be getting scammed by someone who's trying to help you set up your business. A lot of people are moving online now, and there are sharks out there who will try and get you to spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on starting your tarot business. Check out my Starting a Tarot Business posts. There are 6 of them, I believe, in my series if you want to get started, because you can run your business lean and mean. But just make sure you're not looking at the tarot and saying, am I going to buy a new deck or am I going to pay my bills? Because quite honestly, the deck will probably still be there after you've paid your bills. I believe it's too much tarot when you have your tarot reader on speed dial and speak to them more than your nearest and dearest. This is a huge red flag. If you can go into your chats or your messenger or your Instagram or your phone and you are speaking to a psychic or a tarot reader more than you're speaking to your friends and family, you definitely may need to have a little bit of some separation and pick up the phone and talk to the people that love you and support you. There is nothing wrong with having someone who is on call. I definitely have some professional friends, people I refer people to that I know I can absolutely with confidence get a hold of, but I would never do it at a ridiculous time of day, and I would never be consulting them for everything. So if you're talking to a psychic more than your friends, call your friends, call your parents if they're good people, and connect with those real relationships. So to wrap up this video, I just wanted to talk about anxiety, stress, and the tarot. So anxiety, stress, and mental health issues are completely 100% real. I struggle with anxiety my whole life. So it's something that I have to manage and keep under control, and I need to take care of my mental health. It is imperative. It's a non-negotiable. It is absolutely normal and completely fine to help alleviate your stress by consulting the cards, to help alleviate your stress and anxiety by using your spiritual tools and practice. That is not what this is about, and I understand a lot of people use the tool of the tarot because it is more accessible and it is usually a lot more financially viable. Just make sure that you're also honoring your own inner truth and that you're honoring your own mental health and being fiscally responsible, because there are people around you who will be a willing ear to listen that may not necessarily need to use the cards. All right, my little pumpkins, did I miss anything? Do you think that I left anything off the list? Have you sometimes maybe gone into a little bit of the maybe too much tarot? I know I have definitely gone over my budget a few months buying new decks, especially special edition ones. Please let me know in the comments below, and I will see you all next time.